made a few changes since the weekend. I had a little bit of time over the weekend. The major difference you can see here is there's now right selected patch, and it does exactly what it says on the tin. Also, when you look at an individual patch, if you single click it, we change the value to represent, and if you move along here, we also make the change. And I've made it so we send the program change this time. So we send the program change, which I wasn't reliably doing before. What's quite cool now is I can double click on that and it comes up and gives me an option. If I say cancel, I detect that nothing's changed, I leave it as it is. If you double click and you call it my favorite word, pants, then it will rename it when you click the OK. But it's renamed it in the memory of the cache on the controller. So if we move off and on again, we lose the values because it's reloaded it directly from the sim. So let's do it again, but this time let's do something kinky. I think it's quite kinky. We single click on the right. What that's done now is to send the program data through. You can see it here. It sent the program data through to the K1r. It said, "Okay, thanks very much," and it modified it. So now when we move off it, you'll see that when we move back on, our pants are unchanged, which is a generally bad idea, but nevertheless, it shows it works. So that's the major difference there. On the multis, same sort of patch design. Again, I made it so that this thing actually does something. I think in an earlier demo, I made some changes and I wasn't convinced it was making that much difference, and it wasn't. And again, I use this trick that if I single click on an individual single, it will highlight it in here. If I double click on it, guess what it does? It gives us the chance, and this is cool, to find from the list of all available what we want to put on there. So let's put, for example, I don't know, a trumpet on the left one, and now it's modified it. And if we single click there and go to the singles, we can see we have a trumpet. Now, what we can put on this one is something completely different. So let's put, I don't know, is there a whistle? Yeah, that whistle, that's different. So we hopefully can tell the difference in a single between a whistle and a trumpet. And you know, it's funny when you read the old manual, you finally remember certain things while you bought it. So click that on loud and click that on soft. And it's only when you click, changing is not enough. You have to physically click on the item to make it change. And what I've done with these ranges as well, it looks like a label, but if you double click on it, it gives you a chance to come up and it generates a list of possible ranges to use. So I think DO3 will be enough for the minute, and again, if you cancel, it doesn't change it. Once again, at this point it hasn't written it to the sim, so again, let's make this come onto the left channel, let's make that go onto the right channel, and yeah, that'll do for the minute. So once again, it's in memory change, but as we know, nothing changes on the multi until you write it to the actual device. So let's do that. Poof. It's now written it. There was the sign, so it wrote the data, and and we put it on this one here, Wang Chung, by the looks of it. So let's just check loud, soft. I see. So if let's go left one, and it changes to all, and we come back one, and we've got loud, soft. So now it's quite hard to demonstrate it with this keyboard. So what I'll do now is I'll say, okay, let's allow my external keyboard to come in. And at this point I have to do something a bit naughty. I need to work this out. I need to put input to output, and this is where things get very, very dangerous, because we're in danger of creating MIDI feedback loops here, at least if we start using the patch changes. For the keyboard it should be okay, because it's just what controller seems to do is to merge the controller line with the input, and if we put input to output, we're now allowing data to go round the loop, and this could be bad. But let's just have a quick look at this thing. So there's a whistle, I think you agree, and I've just pushed it gently. Now I hit it a bit harder, and I think you'll agree that's a trumpet. One more time, gently. In fact, we can see the values here. So there we're putting a bit of after touch into it, and then we hit it a bit harder. And again, I don't know why the MIDI monitor seems to stop every so often. Which might be related to the way the thing crashes. So now it won't get out of the way. Okay, so okay. So you see now we have the ability to load in directly from sysx, and it will put the data in. We can modify in memory the single order multi. We've got quite a flexible way of choosing the available patches. We can modify the data, and then we can save it to the K1, and we're ready to use it in performance mode. So I don't really think this software is quite robust at the minute. It's probably something I'm doing that's wrong, and I'll certainly get more into it as I play with it. But I think this is now usable for, I can release this, I think, for people to play with and give feedback, because I think you can at least use it. If it crashes a bit, that's a real pain in the ass, but at least you can get your synth set up, and then you can use your synth standalone without having to have it plugged into Ctrlr. And that's certainly how I think I would do it, because at one point you want to play your keyboard rather than just mess around endlessly with programming it. So that's where I am with this. I'll try and work out where I can put it. I might put it on my SourceForge site. I'll put a link on the video when I do that. And yeah, enjoy it. If you find problems with it, by all means report it to me. I can't promise that I'll support you, but if you hit a problem, I'm probably hitting it too. So that's the best I can offer as a, look into what's going on. But at the very least, I think you can use this to visualize and make the process of modifying the K1R much easier. And yeah, it should be fun. So take care, everyone, and cheers.